Hey everybody, welcome back.
I ordered a few things on your Amazon, my nephew smirked. By morning, $2,800 was gone. When I told my sister, she laughed. It's not that much. Just let it go. But I didn't let it go, and that night I quietly took what belonged to me. At 8 a.m. my sister went out onto the driveway and screamed when she saw. I noticed the email while brushing my teeth. Thanks for your Amazon order. Your package will arrive Friday. Thing is, I hadn't ordered anything. I was working late the night before and didn't even log in. I tapped the notification thinking maybe it was a glitch or a scam. Then another email came through. Then another. By the time I dried my hands and walked to the kitchen, I had 5 new confirmation emails. One of them was nearly $2,000. My stomach was turning. $1,749.99 for a PS5 VR Mega Bundle. $299.99 for a pair of Bluetooth gaming chairs. $500 in Amazon gift cards, and some ridiculous LED gaming desk that looked like it belonged in a spaceship. Total damage, $2,812.64. That's when I heard footsteps. Jason walked into the kitchen still in pajama pants, scrolling on his phone like nothing had happened. He's 13. Acts like he's 25. Slouches around like the world owes him something. He looked up and saw me with my phone, then smirked like he was proud of himself. Oh yeah, he said like he was talking about borrowing a hoodie. I ordered a few things on your Amazon. I thought I misheard. He didn't even try to play innocent. My birthday's next week. Mom said it was fine. I just stared at him. I mean, you make more money than both of us. It's not that big of a deal, right? I didn't say a word. I just turned and walked down the hall to my sister's room. She was propped up in bed watching TikToks like she didn't have a care in the world. I asked if she gave Jason my Amazon info. She didn't even pause the video. Just nodded. Yeah, he needed to get a few things. It's his birthday. I told her what he spent. Told her the exact amount. She laughed. I swear to God she laughed. It's not that much. Just let it go. Let it go. That phrase stuck in my head like a splinter. Let it go. Like I hadn't paid for her gas twice last month. Like I didn't cover her internet for half of last year. Like I didn't give her my old Toyota Corolla when her rust bucket finally died. That car. Worth $10,000 easy. And I didn't ask for a dime. I just said, I want you to be okay. This'll help. That night I didn't say another word. Not during dinner. Not while Jason showed off his birthday wish list to his friends on his tablet. Not even when my sister made some passive comment about how I needed to loosen up and stop being so uptight about money. But when they went to bed, I got up, grabbed the spare key and walked out the door. The Corolla was still parked in the driveway. I got in, shut the door and drove off. No drama. No warning. Just took what was mine. I parked it in my garage and disabled the GPS tracking I helped her set up last year when she kept getting lost. At 8 a.m. my phone lit up with missed calls and texts. Then came the screaming. I knew she'd gone outside. I knew the driveway was empty. She had no clue where the car went. But she was about to find out. By the time I made my coffee, my phone had 17 missed calls, 24 texts, and a bunch of voice messages that all sounded the same, screaming. I didn't answer. I didn't even open the messages. I just sat at the table watching the Corolla through the window like it was a trophy. At 8:17 my sister showed up at my place. No warning, no knock. She started pounding on the door like she was the FBI. I opened it, calm as ever. She didn't waste time. Where's my car? I let her stand there a second, then told her the truth. It's not your car. It never was. She started yelling about how she needed it for work, for errands for Jason. I reminded her I had gifted it to her out of kindness, not obligation. And kindness has limits. You're seriously taking back a car because of a few birthday gifts? She snapped. $2,800 without asking, I said. And your son smirked in my face like it was a joke. You think that's just birthday gifts? She rolled her eyes and called me selfish. That word hit me harder than it should have. Selfish. After everything I'd done for her. After every time I picked up the slack when she fell short. I was selfish now because I finally drew a line. Neighbors started peeking out their windows. One even stepped out onto the porch like they were watching a show. She noticed and lowered her voice, but her face was burning red. Then she pulled a new card. Jason's a kid. You're punishing him over money. No, I said. I'm holding you accountable for what you allowed him to do. He gave him my account. You told him it was fine. You told me to let it go. She went silent for a second. I could tell she wasn't expecting me to stand firm. Then came the fake tears. She said she was a single mom doing her best, and how dare I make things harder for her over something so petty. Petty. Like it was all just a big misunderstanding. I could feel my patience slipping. But I didn't yell. I didn't give her the reaction she wanted. "I'm not your bank," I said. "And I'm not raising your kid. I've got my own daughter to look out for." That's when she crossed the line. She said my daughter should toughen up anyway, if she couldn't handle a little teasing from her cousin. That she was too sensitive. That I was the reason she was so soft. It hit me like a punch to the chest. Because deep down I knew it was part of why I hadn't cut ties sooner. Jason's always had something to say to my daughter. Her clothes, her drawings, the way she talks. And I always made excuses. He's just a boy. He doesn't mean it. They'll grow out of it. But my daughter's been quieter lately. A little more anxious. And it started after we began spending more time at my sister's house. That was it for me. I told her I'd be removing Jason from our shared streaming accounts. Cutting off the Amazon family account. She'd have to get her own Prime now. I told her I was done enabling both of them. The Corolla was gone and so was I. She stormed off. Later that night she posted some vague garbage on Facebook. Something about family betrayal, and never rely on selfish people. A few mutual relatives liked it, not knowing the full story. But one person did call me privately. Her mom. I expected my mom to call, maybe leave a voicemail asking me to forgive and forget. What I didn't expect was for her to show up on my porch 2 hours later. With my dad standing behind her, holding a Tupperware container of his homemade banana bread like this was some Sunday visit. But here's the part one really didn't expect. Jason was in the car. In the back seat. Arms crossed, looking like a prisoner on the way to juvie. My mom saw me glance at him and said, "Just hear us out." They came in. I didn't say much. Sat across from them, arms folded, waiting. Jason stayed outside. Mom started with her usual peacekeeper stuff. How families fight, how I probably overreacted, but she understood why. Then she shifted into negotiation mode. She wanted me to loan the car back for just a few weeks until my sister got back on her feet. I asked her if she knew how much was stolen from my Amazon. She said, "Your sister mentioned it was a few hundred." I handed her my phone and let her read the order history. He scrolled for a while. Her eyes widened at the gift card totals. She said, "You'd only been charged for a headset," Mom mumbled. Dad cleared his throat. "That boy needs discipline," he said. That alone shocked me. Dad usually avoids drama like it's contagious. But then he added, "But we were hoping you'd still return the car. For the sake of the kids." "The kids?" I asked. "You mean the one who spent nearly $3,000 and the one he's been bullying?" That made Mom flinch. Then I asked the question I hadn't dared ask out loud yet. "Did you know Jason calls my daughter art freak?" They both went silent. Yes, my daughter loves to draw. He carries a sketchbook like other kids carry tablets. Jason's been mocking her for months. And I only found out 2 days ago when I caught her erasing a full page because Jason said it looked like a baby drew it. Dad muttered. He said what? I told them everything. How Jason makes fun of her voice. How he laughs when she gets nervous reading out loud. How she cried in the car one time and begged me not to make her go back to my sister's house. And how I ignored it. Over and over again. Mom sat very still. Then said, "We didn't know." I believed her. But I also told them it didn't matter now. The damage was done. They left without the car. Banana bread still on the table. Jason didn't even make eye contact as they pulled out of the driveway. That night I did something else no one expected. I blocked my sister. On everything. Text, call, social media. I didn't announce it. I didn't post about it. I just disappeared from her side of the map. And for the first time in months my house was quiet. Peaceful. But peace never lasts in this family. Because the next day, my sister showed up again. Only this time she brought someone else. And things got even uglier. It was a Tuesday afternoon, gray and cold. I was home early from work because my daughter had a dentist appointment, and I'd just gotten her settled on the couch with a blanket and her sketchbook. I made tea and was finally sitting down when I saw the car. I recognized it from a photo my sister had posted on Facebook. Some old Dodge Charger her new boyfriend drove. He'd apparently just moved in with her 2 weeks ago. I hadn't met him. Didn't want to. But there they were. My sister and this guy. Walking up the driveway like they owned it. They didn't even hesitate. My sister banged on the door like she was late for something. And before I could even open it, I already knew the tone this was going to take. I opened it just enough to stand in the frame. "You really blocked me," she said. "Are you 12? Her boyfriend jumped in before I could say a word. "We just want to talk," he said. "You don't need to act like you're better than everybody just because you've got a little money." I raised an eyebrow. "Who are you again?" "I'm the man trying to keep this family from falling apart because you threw a tantrum over a car," he said, arms crossed, sunglasses still on like he was preparing for a paparazzi ambush. My sister was standing behind him with this look on her face like she was waiting for me to apologize. Like I was the one who owed her something. I stepped out and pulled the door shut behind me so my daughter didn't have to hear any of it. You let your son steal from me, I said. You defended it. You laughed in my face. And now you're bringing your boyfriend here to do what? Threaten me? Lecture me? My sister scoffed. Nobody's threatening you. We're just trying to help you understand how messed up this is. You're turning your back on family over some orders on Amazon. $2,800 is not some orders, I said. It was theft. It was disrespect. And you stood there and defended it. So yeah, I took back the car I gave you. You think that's messed up? Her boyfriend raised his voice. You gave it. That's not something you just take back. You're being petty. I couldn't help it. I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was insane. You live in my sister's house rent-free, I said. You've been here 5 minutes and think you understand this family? That shut him up. Then I turned to her. You want to talk about petty? You're raising a boy who bullies my daughter every chance he gets, who thinks stealing is funny, and your solution is to bring your new boyfriend to guilt-trip me. You're overreacting, she snapped. He's just a kid. No. He's a reflection of how little you care about anyone but yourself. I told her to leave. I told her we were done. No calls, no texts, no holidays, no pretending our kids are close. I said this was my boundary. And it was final. Before she could respond, I stepped back inside and locked the door. I didn't cry. I didn't second-guess it. I just sat with my daughter and watched her draw. She didn't ask about the noise outside. She just looked calmer. Like she could finally breathe in her own house. But a few hours later, just before sunset, I heard something at the door. Not knocking this time. Just a soft thump like someone had dropped something. I waited a minute, then opened it. There was a folded piece of notebook paper on the doormat. No envelope. Just one word written on the outside in shaky handwriting. Sorry. It was from Jason. And what was inside? I wasn't ready for that. I stared at that folded paper for a long minute before picking it up. It was cold from the concrete. I brought it inside, sat at the kitchen table and opened it slowly. The handwriting was messy, all capital letters like he'd rushed through it or didn't want to seem like he cared too much. But what it said, I had to read it twice. I'm sorry for ordering all that stuff. I didn't think you'd notice. I didn't think it was a big deal because Mom said you'd pay for it anyway. I get now that it was wrong. I really do. I kept reading. Also, I'm sorry for what I said to your daughter. I didn't mean it. I just thought it was funny. But I saw the look on her face once when she heard me say it and I felt bad after. I just didn't say anything. He didn't sign it with love or sincerely or even his name. Just wrote, you don't have to forgive me. Just wanted you to know. And I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that. Not from Jason. Not after the way he acted. The smirk, the entitlement, the way he never took anything seriously. But something about that letter felt real. It didn't make up for what he did. Not even close. But it did something else. It reminded me that none of this was ever just about money. This was about what we allow. What we excuse. What we teach, not just with words but with actions. I didn't reply to the letter. Not that night. I wasn't ready to say anything back. But the next day my mom called again. This time she wasn't asking me to forgive and forget. She was just tired. She told me she and Dad had talked to my sister. That it didn't go well. That she blamed them too, said they were taking my side. Mom said she was done being the referee. Then she asked if she could come by. So she did. She and Dad came over, brought my daughter some new markers and a sketchbook, and we sat in the living room drinking coffee. No yelling. No guilt trips. Just quiet. Until my dad cleared his throat and said, you know, your sister's still telling everyone you stole that car. I rolled my eyes. Let her. He smirked. I might have told her next time, she should think twice before letting her kid shop with someone else's card. Then he looked me straight in the eyes and said, you did the right thing. It meant more than I thought it would. But of course peace in this family never lasts long. 2 days later my sister showed up again. No yelling this time. No boyfriend. Just her. And a box. Inside it, every last thing Jason bought with my Amazon account. Unopened. But the drama wasn't over yet, not even close. She didn't say anything at first. Just handed me the cardboard box like it weighed 100 pounds. I could tell by her face something had cracked. I don't want anything from you, she said. I just came to return this. I opened the top flap. Inside was the VR headset, the gaming chair voucher, the unopened gift cards. Everything still sealed. You're returning it? I asked. No, she said. I already did. Got the refund. I just wanted you to see it. To know I didn't keep it. I didn't know what to say. She stood there for a second, then looked past me into the house. Is she okay? She asked. Your daughter. That caught me off guard. She's better, I said. She's drawing again. My sister nodded, eyes on the floor. Jason's grounded. No screens. No games. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I just thought you'd always clean up the mess. For once, she wasn't defensive. She wasn't blaming me. She looked tired. And honest. I'm sorry, she added. You were right about a lot of things. I didn't forgive her right away. That wouldn't have been real. But I thanked her for returning the things. For admitting what she never had before. Before she left, she asked if we'd still be at Mom and Dad's next weekend. They were hosting a little dinner for my dad's birthday. I said we'd think about it. That night I told my daughter everything. Not in a dramatic way. Just the truth. That people can change. That boundaries are there to protect us, not to punish others. That it's okay to love someone and still need space from them. The next weekend we did go to Dad's birthday dinner. It was quiet but not awkward. Jason didn't say much. He handed my daughter a pack of fancy gel pens and said, I picked these. They're good for drawing. He took them. He even smiled. No dramatic reunions. No hugging montages. Just a step in the right direction. And on the way out, my dad, half joking, clapped a hand on my shoulder and said, from now on, maybe don't go sharing your payment info, alright? Fair. So yeah, that's how it ended. Was I too harsh? Did I do the right thing? I'm honestly still figuring that out. But I protected my daughter. I spoke up for myself. And I finally stopped pretending everything was fine when it wasn't. Thanks for listening. And hey, if you've got a family like mine, trust me, boundaries aren't selfish. They're survival. Would love to hear what you think. Love to hear what you think. Love to hear what you think.
Today I'm reacting to your absolutely demented wedding drama. These are all from the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. If you haven't followed that subreddit, what are you waiting for? Get involved in the community, share your stories. I'm having so much fun reading them. And don't forget to like and comment and upvote other people's stuff. And maybe, just maybe, you might see your story on the channel. God, now I'm gonna be doing these videos and like getting inspo. Some of you watch these videos and you're like,
how do I not be a bridezilla? Oh, I will watch Charlotte's videos.
I will watch my videos and say, okay, how do I be even more demented on my wedding day? Inspo! Let's make Pinterest boards! Am I the a-hole for leaving my husband during our wedding day? This is from Reddit user Qley. I, 28 female, left my husband, 29 male, on our wedding day. And now I'm questioning if I was in the wrong. Well, I'll tell you, honey. But first... We've been together for 5 years and engaged for 1. Throughout our relationship, there were moments of doubt, but I always brushed them off, thinking it was just pre-wedding jitters. Okay. I'm gonna need you to elaborate, honey. Our families and friends were excited and the planning went smoothly. My husband is a charming and charismatic guy and everyone seems to adore him. The wedding day itself started off beautifully. The weather was perfect, the venue was stunning, and everything was going according to plan. I feel like I was living a dream as I walked down the aisle toward him. The ceremony was emotional and I was overwhelmed with joy and love as we exchanged our vows. After the ceremony, everything seems great. What's going on, bestie? We moved to the reception. The venue was decorated with twinkling lights, flowers, and everything I've ever dreamed of. As everything progressed, everyone seemed to be having a great time. There were speeches, toasts, and lots of dancing. I felt so happy and blessed thinking about the life we were about to start together. However, during the reception, something happened that changed everything. I went to the bridal suite to freshen up and overheard my husband having a conversation with his best man just outside the door. Oh God, did anyone else's heart rates just like pitter patter, pitter patter? At first I thought it was just typical guy talk, but then I heard him say something that made my blood run cold.